Well, good afternoon and welcome to Thursday Thought. Today on social media, I saw a post from a friend of mine, Michelle, who's caring for her elderly father who has dementia. She said today in the post that for the first time ever, her father didn't recognize her when she came into his room. Here's her posted comment, and I quote, "The day when your dad wakes up and doesn't remember who you are has to be the worst day ever. I'm over here completely heartbroken, all by myself, trying to figure out what my next move is." Unquote. Well, I've texted Michelle asking if she would like some company, but I've not yet received a response. If she would ask me to come over, I would have no clue what I would say. I suspect that I would do a lot of listening and ask a few questions here and there, because there really aren't any answers to Michelle's situation. As his caregiver, she has a lot of thinking to do right now about how things are regarding her dad's care and what maybe needs to happen in the future. She'll need to be contacting people, organizations, care places. She'll need to make financial arrangements. She'll have to fill out endless forms for both medical and custodial care. And then there's the legalities of whatever resources her dad might have and how those ought to be used and who should make those decisions. On top of that, there are family concerns. I don't know if Michelle has siblings or other family members, but if so, they need to be or will want to be in on the goings-on with her dad. Sometimes families are already fractured, not speaking to one another, or they're holding grudges. And those kinds of events tend to exacerbate those issues, piling stress upon stress for not only Michelle, but other family members as well. The other thing Michelle needs to do is care for herself. She needs to remain healthy, nourish herself physically, emotionally, and spiritually. She can't make these decisions and care for anyone else if she herself is not in good condition. She also has her own daily concerns, paying the bills, keeping herself in the loop of things, and maintaining her own household. It isn't easy to be a caregiver. Well, I say all of that to say this. If you become aware of a friend going through a situation such as this, it's fine to say, "Call me if you need something." However, it's much, much better to just do something. Ask if you can visit them or take them away from the situation for an hour or so for coffee or lunch, and just listen to them. Volunteer to clean the kitchen, the bath, or the whole house. Take their car to the Quick Trip and put in a tank of gas for them. Oh, and check their oil and tires while you're there as well. Maybe volunteer to run to the pharmacy for medication if needed. I'm not going to go through a whole big list of things you might be able to do. You get the point. Listening to them as you eat lunch with them will usually give you all the ideas for service that you'll need. Oh, and one other thing. Talking about your own experiences caring for elderly parents usually isn't much help. Retelling horror stories of poor care at a hospital or being snagged in a mountain of paperwork, that isn't productive. So don't go into the "here's my story" mode. They don't want to listen to you at that time. They want you to listen to them. It also isn't very productive to offer unsolicited advice. They may well have already been in contact with long-term care facilities, home health agencies, and other services. Now, if they ask you for ideas, go ahead, but otherwise, such advice usually isn't needed or wanted. In short, be thoughtful when interacting with a friend or a loved one who's going through some kind of life situation, either for themselves or for someone else. Stop. Think. Speak little. Listen much. Serve. Not lip service, but perspiration service. Blessings.